I want to discuss a little bit about the mitzvah of Hallel at the Leil HaSeder. Because if you take a look at this mitzvah of Hallel, you'll notice that it's a very, very striking mitzvah. It's very unusual, and its anomalies so overwhelm the mitzvah that it definitely requires some kind of analysis. What exactly, in the Seder, in the middle of the Seder, we say Hallel. What exactly is the idea, the concept? You'll see, if you break down the Hallel from a halachic perspective, you see so many unusual things. What exactly is going on with the Hallel? So first of all, I want to mention the most unusual thing of all certainly is the fact that we break up the Hallel. When it comes to Hallel, so we break up, we say the first two paragraphs of Hallel. Hallelujah, Hallel Abdei Hashem, and B'tzeis Yisrael Mitzrayim, we say the first two paragraphs before the Suda, then we have Shulchan Aruch, and then we say the rest of Hallel after the Suda. What exactly is that ideal about? We break up the Hallel in that fashion. Why exactly do we do that? What exactly is the idea that we break up the Hallel? It seems to be a total hefsek in the Hallel. What exactly is that notion? Why do we break it up? That's question number one about the mitzvah of Hallel. There's another question about the mitzvah of Hallel. Is that, and this is discussed by the Ran in Maseches Pesachim. Take a look at Daf Chavav Med Aleph. And the Ran wants to know, if you take a look at the sugis in Maseches Erchin, the Gemara in Erchin says that there are 18 days in which we say a full Hallel. In Chutz La'aretz, it's 21 days. And in Eretz Yisrael, it's 18 days where you say a full Hallel. What are the 18 days in which we recite the full Hallel? So you have 8 days of Chanukah. That's 8. You have Shavuos, 1 day. You have 8 days of Sukkot, 7 days plus Shmini Atzeres, 8 days, so that's 17. And you have the first day of Pesach, for a total of 18. In Chutz La'aretz, you'll add 3 more days. 1 day for the second day, the last day of Yom Tov and Sukkot, and for the second day of Pesach, and for the second day of Shavuos, for a total of 21 days when you say a complete Hallel. That is the Gemara in Maseches Erchin. Comes along the Ran, and the Ran says, well, wait a second, isn't there a 22nd time in which you say a full Hallel? Don't you say a full Hallel? We have a practice in Shul that many Shuls have the practice of saying a full Hallel Friday night in Shul, and if not then we say a full Hallel in the Haggadah, the Leil HaSeder. Why is that not part of the list, the Hallel that we say every single Leil HaSeder? That also should be part of the list of the times you say Hallel, and therefore it should be not 18 and not 21, but 19 and 22. Why is there no Hallel listed in that litany? The Taz asks a further question, and the Taz says that when it comes to the mitzvah of Hallel, our practice is always to say Hallel standing up. The mitzvah of Kriyas Hallel is always said in Shul standing up. This is found, take a look at the Taz in Shulchan Aruch Arachaim Siman Tuf Kaf Beis Sivkat and Dalet. He doesn't understand how can we go ahead and say Hallel Miyushav sitting down. What exactly is that? All the time we say Hallel standing up. When it comes to the Hallel of the Leil HaSeder, so here we say Hallel sitting down. Very, very unusual. That's a third question. The Chasam Sofer asks a fourth question. This is found in the Chasam Sofer, Arachaim Simin Nun Aleph, in his Chuvas. He says, the Gemara Maseches Megillah indicates, based on the pasuk Umimizrach Hashemesh Ad Mevo'o, that when do you go ahead and recite Hallel? The mitzvah of Hallel is a mitzvah of daytime. Is a mitzvah of daytime. You always say Hallel during the daytime. And in fact, Hallel, we don't find a Hallel, generally speaking, at night. Says the Chasam Sofer. What do you mean? Yeah, on Sukkot you don't say it at night. And on Shavuos you don't say it at night. But there is a night where we do say Hallel. We say Hallel at night at the Leil HaSeder. So in what sense are we saying Hallel at night? After all, the mitzvah of Hallel is a mitzvah of daytime. How can you go ahead and say Hallel at night? A further question. Those are 4 questions. What are our 4 questions? Manishtana. This Hallel is very different than regular Hallel. Number one, it's split. Number two, it's not part of the list of 18 or 21 that are mentioned in the Goren Erchin, the Mishnah Megillah, Daf Chafim Beis. It's not part of those times we say Hallel. I'm sorry, the Goren Erchin. We had the Chasm Sofer's question. Why do we say it at night? Hallel is always said during the daytime. It's one of those things that is a mitzvah of daytime. And the Taz's question, how do we say Hallel sitting down? We always say Hallel standing up. A further question, and this is also discussed in the Ran, a very well-known Ran, is there a bracha on the mitzvah of Hallel? So the Ramban does indeed quote, the Ramban is found in Maseches Psachim,